Ching, ching, ching! Let me hear them dollar ring. Hello and namaste and welcome to MOM Square, Money on My Mind. I am Vivek Shetty, an engineer by profession and an investor by addiction. If you and I share the same addiction, we are on the right page. Yes, the right YouTube page. And while you're there, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you like the content of the video, do not forget to hit the like key as well, or like button as well. And if you don't like the video or the content in it, please leave it in the comments. If there's any questions, feel free to post them there. I'll reply to them. At least now I'm doing well with keeping up with responses and such. It's only my third video. So yeah, today's video is gonna be once again talking about PSTH. Okay, but today we are gonna talk about the value of PSTH stock. Right? There's a lot of ambiguity right now in the market. A lot of people selling their stocks because they're panicking, wondering, trying to figure out, one, there's no big name attached to people are like, oh, we were thinking it's going to be some major news with Bloomberg or something. So that's that panic in there. And the second aspect is this deal is so very complicated, okay, that many individuals don't quite follow the deal and then they panic and they say, okay, this is a bad deal, let's move out of it, okay? It happens. And then obviously, lately we are seeing there is a SPAC sell-off right after the news is confirmed, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news situation. So all that is putting downward pressure on the stock, okay? Forced me to think, okay, what is the value of the stock? I don't want to blindly keep buying more stocks, right? It's not cool. So I figured, okay, let's try to pin down the value of the stock. Today, I'm going to break it down in two buckets, okay? A theoretical value of PSTH and my value, the value I see at PSTH with my rationalization, okay? You may or may not agree, that's totally fine. You got to remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm an investor, yes. I invest with my own funds, don't play with other people's funds. And I don't intend to influence you to buy or sell a stock by any means. This is just for informational purposes. Listen carefully, understand it, research, validate, and then take your decisions. Either it may be a buy or maybe a sell. Okay, going back to the value of PSTH. Okay, we're going to talk about the theoretical value of PSTH. Okay, so I guess before we jump into the theoretical value of PSTH, let me do a quick snapshot of what this deal contains. Right, that you'll by now or if you have watched my previous videos. If you've not, go and check it out. The deal is basically you'll be getting one Universal Music Group stock, okay, when they go public later this year. Then you'll continue to hold your current PSTH. It's going to be PSTH RemainCo stock, okay? Then you will get 2 warrants for every 9 stocks you hold, okay? Then you get 1 SPARC. I guess the 2 warrants for every 9 stocks you owned was not necessarily a part of the deal. It was always in the terms of how this deal was set up. Okay, then so technically I'll continue. The fourth thing is going to be 1 SPARC, which is Special Purpose Acquisition Rights Company. Okay, so it gives you the right to buy into a future deal that Bill would come up with. Think about it as a call option or a warrant, or call it like you basically are becoming a pipe investor in that case. Okay, you don't put your money up front. You see what the deal is. If you like the deal, then you plug your money in. Okay, that's going to be around $20 per share as well. So that's not the value, but that's what it's going to be at when you have to pay that. Okay, so yeah, it's more like a warrant or a call option. Then the fifth one, yesterday somebody tweeted saying, okay, yes, we get the 1 SPARC if we own 1 PSTH. How about we get any future deals you crack or any future SPARCs out there with you? Could we get a first dibs on it? And billackman, in his classic old way, did a 1-word reply saying done. And I'm going to take his word for it. And I know that he has kept his word so far, for the for the PSTH holders. So trust in him. So yeah, there's like 5 layered things in there. Okay, now let's talk about the theoretical value of each of those components. Okay, I'm gonna try and put it on the screen. We'll put my little editing skills on test here. Again, I'm a mechanical engineer, not an IT engineer. Okay, so but these are basic things with editing. I'm still learning. Right now, I'm focusing so much on the content part than editing and whatnot. Okay, but anyways, I will put it on the screen so it's easier for us to read through. Okay, so the first thing, the value or the theoretical value of UMG is going to be at $14.75. Okay, the PSTH RemainCo is going to be $5.25. Okay, we've talked about this in the last video too. Then the warrant, you get 2 warrants for every 9 warrants. Okay, the value of the warrant at current state is going to be around $4 to $5. Okay, and that's because most of the warrants trade at slight premium. Okay, usually it starts at 35 cents for every warrant. Warrant price, right? Basically. However, that's for like a $10 redemption value kind of stocks. But this is a $20 SPAC, so think about it as 70 cents. However, they trade at a premium, so put a value of around $4 to $5 for PSTH warrant. Okay, so because you get 2 warrants for 9, we're gonna call it $1 to $1.50 price per warrant for for the warrant for each PSTH stock you own. Okay, long story short, you got $14.75, $5.25, then the warrant is $1 or $1.50. Okay, then you get the one SPRC. Like I said earlier, it's gonna be treated as a call option or a warrant, and as you see, most of these trade at a premium as well. But we're gonna take the 0.70, which is like 35 cents each, right, for $10. The previous comment I made. So 70 cents for each SPRC in that sense. Okay. So if you do the math, and actually I should also account for the 5th is future SPRCs. So because it's going to be more than one SPRC, if you convert your one SPRC, I think you get the dips on the future SPRCs too. We'll put a value of roughly $1. Okay, more than one. Could be 2, 3, whatever the case is. We're going to take the dollar as a price for that. So we are talking about approximately around $23 in the theoretical value of this stock. Okay, I'm not talking intrinsic value, theoretical value. Okay, for the PSTH stock with all these 5 components. Okay, now let's talk about what is the value I see in this stock today to help me make a decision. Should I buy, hold, keep, or buy, hold, or sell? Okay, I'm not selling it for obvious reasons. We'll see now. Again, once again, you'll see this on the screen. If not, you'll see it in the description section. Let's put the value on the UMG. Okay, UMG in theoretical was 14.75. However, I believe it's going to be a $17 stock. Why? It's mostly because Bill bought UMG, 10% stake in UMG at a valuation of, what was it, $40 billion. Okay, $40 billion. When UMG sales were 7.4 billion annually, okay, for last year. Now, this year it's projected that their annual sales is going to be $8 billion. Okay, and you got to remember they haven't IPO'd yet. When they IPO, what's going to be important is what is the valuation of UMG on the date of IPO. Okay, so I'll give you an example. What was it? 10 cents. Okay, you know that 10 cent bought 10% of UMG last year at a valuation of 35 billion. Okay, 36 billion. It was, I'm talking USDs. Okay, between then and now, clearly 4 or 5 billion valuation went up, and that happens with these companies, right? So I'm very certain that by the time that UMG goes public, their valuation is going to be somewhere in between 45 to 50 billion dollars. Okay, and if it trades there, because we own 10% of that, you have to take that. Let's say it went up by $10 million, the valuation. You take 10% of 10 billion, which is 1 billion. You divide that by 200 million shares, outstanding shares. You'll do the math. You'll come around a cumulative price for UMG at $17. It will justify that. Okay, so that's the rationale. I like to give you the details of where I come up with these numbers. Right now, the PSTH RemainCo stock value, I believe that's going to be at around $6 because no SPAC trades less than or close to the theoretical value 5.25. We know with this 1.5 billion in funds that he's going to have, he is going to crack a good deal again. Maybe not a blockbuster deal, but because his focus is more on always been on, most of his investments is that way. He's been about a solid company financially, fundamentals are right and so forth. So I do think it's not going to be a blockbuster name or something like that. It could be, I don't know, but I think it's going to be something very tame, but a solid fundamental company. Okay. So anyways, it would trade at a premium, of course, than the theoretical value, which was 5.25. So I believe my value to PSTH RemainCo is $6. Now the warrants, right? The warrants, as I said earlier, it would be at $1.50 range, okay? And I'll keep that value the same as long as you do not forget to convert that into a PSTH stock, because I'll make a separate video explaining the warrants and how the warrant conversion will happen, when will we get our new warrants and so forth in the next video, because I don't want to make this video too long, okay? So do watch that. I'm posting that today as well, okay? So the warrant value, my value, will continue to stay at $1 to $1.50. Okay. Then you got your SPARCs. Your SPARC, I said the theoretical value was 70 cents because 35 cents for $10 SPACs and 70 cents for $20 SPACs. Okay. However, if you remember the PSTH stock, when the warrants opened, it opened at around $5. I remember buying at $5. And I sold them, at 14 because I thought it went too high compared to where the PSTH stock was going, right? Given the conversion rate. So anyways, you got your $5 is what was trading. Then if you look at the call options for PSTH at a $20 or $30 price target, it is trading around $5. So my value for the SPARC, one SPARC, is gonna be at that $5 price range. Okay. Then future SPARCs. Again, it could be 1, 2, 3 SPARCs we would get. I'm going to play it safe and say $5 there. Okay. So you got your 17 plus 6. That's 23. 23 plus 5 and 5 for the SPARCs. That's 10. So that's 33. Then you got your warrant valued at $1.50, dollar and $1.50 range. So you're going to talk about $34 to $35. So my value, okay, my value for a PSTH stock that I'm holding today, within the next 6 months, it's going to hit $35. Now, how good is my rationalization and how good is my prediction, right? Our forecast for this price? Again, I try to rationalize it as much as possible for myself. If you think my rationalization is wrong, please educate me. Let's educate each other. This is a fam that we want to grow financially, so do that, okay? So theoretical value $23. I see it going around $34, $35. Okay, that's a good return on your investment, right? So given that, you can decide if you want to buy, hold, or sell. Okay. Hope that video was helpful, and if it was, once again, do not forget to hit subscribe and hit that like button, and maybe try the bell too, because there's a next video coming talking about the warrants. Have a nice one, guys.